be talking about 2F Plus Coffee Roastery at Bella. My name is Nicole and I will be talking about the history. So on October 2012, the coffee starts its business. 2F is originally named from the second floor, which is above Butter Olive. Because they moved because there is not many people that knows about the place because it's in the second floor, and because of the small area, the office already takes half of the place, which makes the founder wanted to move to another place. So this is the 2F Plus environment, the inside and the outside of the cafe. The founder of the cafe is C.H. Wong. He is an ex-interior designer who loves coffee, and also followed by his co-founder Yong Kim Lui and Vanessa Yong. Now I will be talking about the impacts on companies' marketing activities. First is the political factor. So the raw material that affects the business in a direct political matter, such as Taiwan, Thailand, Sabah, where if there is any natural disaster like landslide, tsunami, typhoon and earthquake, they will unable to purchase or sell any of their coffee products during that circumstance. Other than that is the health and safety guidelines. The cafe will be taking correct decision can minimize impact of such regulation, such as purchasing, cooking, packing and delivering. They are responsible to take care of the food hygiene. Other than that is the economy factor. The cafe considered that they should consider economic growth of developing countries of an unemployment rate to create opportunities for gaining revenue. The increase of inflation rate cause the customers to avoid ordering as the price go up. So a larger disposable income allows customers to spend more and would likely to order from the local cafe such as the 2F Cafe. The other is the social culture factor. The increasing of coffee culture in Malaysia also tends to increase the cafes opening up there. They have the opportunity to increase their revenue and demand for coffee. The cafe also They are also offering health-conscious beverage for the consumers, such as cold pressed juice and green tea. The Malaysians are willing to experience westernized culture that seems to be trendy during this era. Most of the targets that the cafe will be targeting are consumers such as Gen X and millennials. Lastly is the technology factor. They created an application on a smartphone software where they treat the phone as a membership card that can scan QR code and get various discounts to redeem from the application. The consumer also able to purchase coffee online on their website. Other than that, the cafe also installed Wi-Fi for each outlet to enable the consumers to surf and work and study. That's all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leong Wai Hin now, and now I'll be talking about the SWOT analysis for S2F Plus Coffee Sungai Ara. Okay, first of all, it's the strength. What makes 2F Plus coffees so powerful and so strong compared to other cafes? Okay, first of all, it's all about the geographical location. 2F Plus is located at Sungai Ara, which is near a roadside. So it's basically very visible to every places. Whenever drivers drove by, they will definitely spot 2F Plus coffee. So other than the strategical location, the other point that give benefits to 12 Plus coffee is due to their spacious interior. Compared to other coffees like nearby coffees like Arang Coffee or Three Legs Cat Coffee, 12 Plus coffee have relatively larger interior and spacious, which can have more seats compared to other cafes. Okay, thirdly, 12 Plus coffee have their own homemade roast coffee. The other coffee shops only have imported coffees, or their coffee beans are bought from other places. But 12 Plus coffee have their own home roast coffee that they blend their own, they roast their own, which give their aromatic taste in their coffees. However, with every strength comes with weakness. The setback for 12 Plus coffee is that 12 Plus coffee have less parking spaces. The parking spaces in 12 Plus coffee is very limited. So normally if someone wants to go to 12 Plus, they have to be early and not during peak hours. If unfortunately they are during peak hours, there will be less car parks, and the customers will lose the interest and went to other places instead. The other drawback of 12 Plus coffee is the limited menu. Compared to other cafes, 12 Plus food selections and menus are relatively smaller compared to any other cafes, which give them less comparison. People would in one day boring about their foods, so they will go to other cafes instead. Next, the opportunities of 12 Plus coffee. The opportunity lies within 12 Plus coffee is that INTI International College Penang is very near from 12 Plus coffee. This drives students from INTI Penang to 12 Plus coffee to have a break. So, student is the major source income and the student flow for 12 Plus coffee to earn their money. Other than that, 12 Plus coffee is also the largest cafe in Sungai Ara area. As mentioned before, 12 Plus coffee is very spacious, means that they have a better rating compared to other cafes. Thus, 12 Plus coffee have their opportunity, have their own sound, have their own reputation compared to other coffees. So the last one is the threat of 12 Plus coffee. 12 Plus coffee, like I said, there are still several competitors in the Sungai Ara area, such as Arang Coffee and Three Legs Cat Coffee. This makes them competing 12 Plus coffee's business, and they will take a toll. Other than that, the next threat lies within the neighbors, because 12 Plus coffee is situated at a neighbor area. Thus, sometimes the coffee business is doing too good and will be too noisy. Then the neighbors will come and complain. Or if there is any event such as throwing a party, neighbors will come and complain that, oh, you're too noisy and such. 12 Plus actually have these kind of complaints before. Next, we'll be talking about the segmentation of 12 Plus coffee. The first segmentation is the demographical segmentation. Demographical segmentation, as I said, 12 Plus coffee is located at Sungai Ara, which is in the island of Penang. The island of Penang population is roughly about 700,000 population, with 47 being Malay ethnicities and other ethnicities, and 53% being Chinese locals. For the geographical segmentation, Sungai Ara is Penang's number 2 spot, with being very vibrant. Is a new area, and it's very close from Bayang Lepas, which is an industrial zone, which in case brings many workers who want to have a Sunday lunch or have a break after a whole week, can come and 12 Plus coffee to have a more decent meal. So next, we'll be talking about the targeting for 12 Plus coffee. So 12 Plus coffee mainly targets the student gang, the student from INTI International College Penang, which I mentioned earlier. However, the largest group that comes to have their meal in 12 Plus coffee, according to their owners, are family gangs. A family of 3, a family of 4 or more. That's why, since there's family come to 12 Plus coffee to have their meal, 12 Plus coffee review their menu on family packages, family sets in their menu choices. Other than that, since there's also student group, 2F Plus Coffee also releases a set lunch menu during weekdays specifically for students, aimed targeted at students. Thus, the price for students are also affordable, the set lunch menu, which leads me to the next point, the positioning of 2F Plus Coffee. What makes 2F Plus Coffee so special is their self-roast coffee. As I mentioned earlier, competitors such as Arang Coffee and Trilex Coffee in the Sungai Ara area doesn't have this specialty. Thus, this is the one positioning point of 2F Plus Coffee is their own roast coffee. Next is the dessert that makes it so spectacular. 2F Plus Coffee has their own dessert, which is the hot pan dessert, which is a dessert on a hot pan. This specialty doesn't include in other cafes such as Three Legs Cats and Arang Coffee. So that's why this dessert itself is special in 2F Plus Coffee, which makes it people come for it when they crave for it. They'll definitely go to 2F Plus Coffee because they think of, oh, other places don't have such dessert and they're craving for it. So they'll just specifically go to 2F Plus Coffee. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Wei. Today I would like to talk about the product strategy of the 2F Plus Coffee. For the branding, 2F Plus Coffee by Yellow House have been positioning themselves as a coffee roastery cafe. As a cafe, they serve various types of foods and beverages. They roast their coffee bean by themselves and they also sell all their coffee bean to their customer. For the packaging, 2F Plus Coffee have their own merchandise. Their merchandise is unique because the other cafe did not have their own merchandise. These are the menu, like spaghetti, Western delight, home cooking delight, rice or bread, waffle and dessert. And the waffle is the most popular food in the 2F Plus Coffee. Next is the menu for the drinks. There are various types of drinks sold in the 2F Plus Coffee. Their main selling point is coffee, like filter coffee, mocha, latte, and cappuccino. And they also have non-coffee like milk, chocolate, tea, ice blended, yogurt smoothie, fresh fruit juice, and mocktail. There are various types of coffee bean, for example like Classic, Brazil, Panama, Costa Rica, and Colombia. For the merchandise, they have t-shirt, tote bag, dripper, mocha pot, put and pour over kit. Dripper, mocha pot, and pour over kit is the appliance to make coffee. For example, mocha pot is a stove top or electric coffee maker that brews coffee by passing boiling water pressurized by steam through the ground coffee. For the pour over kit, it is a kettle to make coffee. Next is the pricing strategy. The pricing strategy of 2F Plus Coffee is cost plus pricing strategy. Cost plus pricing strategy is a cost-based method for setting the price of goods and services. It is simply calculating the costs and adding a markup. Under this approach, the direct material cost, direct labor cost, and overhead costs for a product are added up and added to a markup percentage in order to derive the price of the product. The primary competitor of the 2F Plus Coffee is the Three Legs Cat Cafe. The price of foods and beverages between two cafes is almost the same, and the price of coffee beans sold are various due to the type and origin country. And thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Goh Hock Seng and my fellow classmates. I'm Ong Shun Min. Today, I'm gonna talk about the location strategy and the promotional efforts. First of all, the 2F Plus Cafe chose to be open at the current location, which is Jalan Paya Terbong, is because it's near the roadside. Every car pass by can see the cafe. Besides that, this location used to be their owner's previous house. Therefore, the rental fee will be more cheaper. This is one of the reasons why they choose to be open the cafe here. For the promotional efforts, 2F Plus Cafe doesn't really promote. They usually rely on the word of mouth. However, during the MCO period, they did a website on the internet for the delivery purpose. Last but not least, they have lunchtime promotion, which is from 12 to 3 p.m. Once you order the set lunch, you will be deducted 3 ringgit. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.